We got a great day of football. There's 2 Monday night games, and I have a pick in both. I'm going to give you one of them for free later in this video in the Bengals Broncos, but I also have a pick in the Jets-Dolphins game. The NFL's treating us. Usually this is only a week 1 or week 2 occurrence. We're getting it for 2 weeks in the NFL. I don't know if they're doing it next week, but 2 Monday night games is definitely a treat. Let's see if next week it's just one, so we get a couple weeks. Yesterday was a crazy day of football. Not that many favorites lost, but according to the spread, there was definitely some upsets. The Giants ended up getting the win. Tennessee looks like garbage. Jacksonville, the algorithm had Jacksonville. That was a good win. Something's wrong with Baltimore right now, and then a crazy Sunday night game to end it with the tie between the Cowboys and the Packers. Let's take a look at this Bengals-Broncos game. It's in Denver. Denver's 1-2 right now. Since he's 2-1, obviously they've lost their quarterback in Joe Burrow. 7.5-point line on this game right now. Denver's known for having one of the best defenses in football. Their offense with Bo Nix has been slow starting so far this season. Against Tennessee, their offense didn't do much. Last week, Denver probably should have beat the Chargers. They were up by 10 points in the second half and then blew it late to Justin Herbert. The Bengals got absolutely... They got dismantled last week by the Minnesota Vikings, who lost this week to the Pittsburgh Steelers. But it was only... What was it? Browning came in during this Jacksonville game, and then he had his first off week. So it does take time to gel in football. I believe that you're not just going to come in right away and do well as a quarterback, especially when you didn't practice all offseason with the team. The total in this game is 44.5. It hasn't moved much, and the spread hasn't moved much from open either. I'm expecting the Bengals to work their short passing game. The Broncos do get a lot of pressure on the quarterback, and they make it very difficult to get those long passes. So I'm expecting Browning to dink and dunk his way down the field. A little bit similar to the way Joe Burrow would do it. Obviously, he's nowhere near as good. But if the Bengals can keep it close or play with a lead, that's when Browning could be very effective. If the Bengals start to go down early like they did last week against Minnesota, and then Browning needs to make a ton of plays and go downfield, that's when he starts turning it over. That's when he starts throwing interceptions, fumbling, because he thinks when you're down 14 in the second quarter, you got to make all the plays, when in reality, you don't. We take a look at the other side of the ball. The Bengals defense, it has been playing better than last year a little bit. Week 1, they were solid against Jacksonville, not that great, but I think this Bengals defense through the end of the year will be better than they were last year. Denver's offense is slow starting so far. Bo Nix has not been that great, in my opinion, especially against Tennessee the first game. Last week he was average. I'm thinking this should be a pretty close competitive game. I don't think Denver's going to blow them out of the water. I think it's going to be tightly contested, especially with the total that's not super high. Should be a defensive football game. The free pick in this one's going to be the Bengals plus 7.5. I expect their defense to stop Bo Nix a few times. He might turn it over with an interception once or twice. And I think Browning could be similar to what he was 2 weeks ago when he came in to replace Joe Burrow against the Jaguars, rather than what he was last week against Minnesota. They just got down early, and then it pretty much got out of hand because they were down by 14, and then he starts doing a lot. So give me the Bengals plus 7.5 on the spread tonight. It's over a touchdown. That's also a key number when you get 7.5. If they lose by 1 touchdown, we still get the win. I like the Bengals. The algorithm sees a ton of value on this pick. Plus 7.5, Cincinnati Bengals. Let's cash this one today.